Hi everyone, welcome to Korean Express YouTube channel. Imagine a holiday where families gather, tables overflow with delicious food, people wear beautiful hanbok, and even the moon itself becomes part of the celebration. That's Chuseok, one of the biggest and most meaningful festivals in South Korea. A while ago, I made a video giving you an overview of this festival. But this year, we are going all in because such a special holiday deserves a closer look, don't you think? So, I thought about making a video series on this amazing festival in which we'll cover everything about Chuseok, from its origins and traditions to the special foods, games, gifts, and even greetings you can use during this holiday. And in this first video, let's start with learning what Chuseok is, when it's celebrated, and why it holds such a special place in Korean culture. So, let's dive in and discover the beauty of Chuseok together. First of all, let's learn what is Chuseok. What is this festival? Let's learn the most commonly asked question. Okay? So, Chuseok, also known as Hangawi, is one of the most cherished and widely celebrated traditional holidays in South Korea. So there is another name for Chuseok, which is also very commonly used, and that is Hangawi. And as I have written in, it is one of the most cherished and widely celebrated festival in South Korea, and it comes among a very highly traditional festival. Okay? Alright. One more thing. It's a major autumn harvest festival, and therefore it is often called the Korean Harvest Festival, when families come together to give thanks for the year's bounty. Okay, so with this we know that Chuseok is an autumn harvest festival. Now, another very important fact, because of its spirit of gratitude and family gatherings, Chuseok is also sometimes referred to as the Korean Thanksgiving. So the Western culture, they have given a slight Western touch to this festival, and it is named as Korean Thanksgiving too. Just as in the Western culture there is a festival, there is a ritual of Thanksgiving, so similarly we can relate Chuseok with Thanksgiving too. Why? Because in this festival we practice gratitude, and there are family gatherings, there is food and games and gifts and everything. So it can be called Thanksgiving. So basically there are four names of this particular festival: Chuseok, Hangawi, Korean Harvest Festival, and Korean Thanksgiving. Alright, now let's move ahead and see when is Chuseok celebrated. What time of the year do you celebrate Chuseok? So let's take a look at that. Chuseok is a 3-day holiday celebrated every autumn. Families are given time to travel and reunite, making it one of the busiest travel seasons of the year in Korea. So there is a 3-day holiday, 3-day celebration during the autumn for this festival. So Chuseok is celebrated for 3 days. The time of 3 days is given by the government or by the authorities to people so that can have time to travel to their hometowns and reunite with their families. And therefore, during this time, it is one of the biggest travel seasons of South Korea. Okay, as people are traveling here and there to their hometowns. So it's very busy right now. and it falls on the 15th day of the 8th month of the lunar calendar, right under the bright full moon. Okay, so this is the time when Chuseok is celebrated. The lunar calendar is followed, and according to that calendar, the 15th day of the 8th month is being celebrated as Chuseok, and that day it is full moon. And this time, this day, usually it lands in September or early October. Okay, so keep this in mind if you want to remember when this celebrated. It's celebrated on the 15th day of the 8th month of the lunar calendar. Okay, and not the Western calendar that we follow. The lunar calendar that is based on the movements of moon. Okay, so in 2025, Chuseok will be celebrated from October 5th to October 8th. So just after a month from today, Chuseok will be celebrated in Korea. We are going to celebrate this amazing festival. Alright, now let's move ahead and talk about the origin or history of Chuseok, which is very important for us to know because Chuseok, being a traditional festival, has its own history and beliefs and origin. So let's talk about that. According to legend, Chuseok originates back to the Silla kingdom. It is said that a king of that kingdom organized a month-long weaving contest between two teams. So its origination is believed to be from the Silla kingdom when a king of that kingdom, he organized a month-long contest of weaving between two teams. At the end of the month, the team that wove the most cloth was declared the winner, and the losing team had to host a grand feast for the winning team. So it is believed that Chuseok originated from this time. But that's not the only story. As I said, it is a traditional festival, so there are multiple beliefs about the origination, the history of this festival. So let's see what more is there. Many scholars believe that Chuseok grew out of ancient harvest rituals, where people worshipped the full autumn moon and honored their ancestors to give thanks for a plentiful harvest. So this other belief is that Chuseok, it has originated as an ancient harvest ritual where people worship the full moon during the autumn season and pay their respects to the ancestors for providing them with a plentiful harvest. So, whether it began with a legendary contest or any ancient ritual, Chuseok has always been about gratitude, family, and celebration. That is the essence of this festival. Now, let's move ahead and see why is Chuseok celebrated? What are the reasons for celebrating this festival? So far, we have learned what is Chuseok, then when is this festival celebrated, and how was it originated? What is the history of Chuseok? So now comes the time when we learn why is Chuseok celebrated. Chuseok is a time for gratitude and togetherness. It's when Koreans give thanks for the year's bountiful harvest and celebrate the abundance of food that nature has provided. So basically, it's a festival of gratitude. It's a festival to celebrate the harvest and the food that the nature has provided. It's also a time for family and tradition, when relatives gather, honor their ancestors through rituals, and share delicious Chuseok dishes. So, this festival is basically one of the most traditional festivals, as I said earlier in this video, and therefore, many traditions are practiced. The ancestors, they are respected and they are honored through rituals, and many Korean traditional dishes that are made particularly for the Chuseok are shared among the family. So it's like a complete festival in itself. Beyond the food, people enjoy folk games, dances, and visits to ancestral graves, making it both a meaningful and joyful holiday. So, it's not only limited to following the traditions or eating food. There are games and there are various kind of traditional dances, and gifts are exchanged between relatives. So, this festival is both a meaningful festival and also filled with joy and happiness. So, this was the part 1 of our video series on Chuseok. Now, in the upcoming parts of the series, we are going to learn about the traditions, the food, the games that are played during this festival, and everything else related to Chuseok. So, by 5th of October, next month, you will be able to know almost everything about this festival. So, I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe Korean Express YouTube channel. And stay tuned for more such videos. Thank you.